What is going on? All my horror movie action thriller badasses out there. It's your boy, Fat Samurai Guy, back again with another episode in our brand new series, Our Favorite Movies, baby. That's right. And in the house, back in the house, writer, filmmaker, martial artist, stuntman, actor, director, Alex Chung has returned. That's right. How you doing, brother?
Good. It's good to be back.
Yeah, man. Wait, hold on. I got to see the shirt. What is the shirt? What's the shirt there?
This is a Suspect Video. This was a local video store in Toronto. Unfortunately, the physical store is closed, but their online store is still up and running.
All right.
I'm not sponsored. I'm a fan.
Just supporting. Hey, we missed those mom and pop shops, man.
For sure.
You know, the old days. You know, the classics. Isn't there a series coming out, like a sitcom, like takes place in Blockbuster Video coming out?
Yeah,
There's some kind of show coming out. Yeah. Everybody misses that stuff because everyone loves movies, and that's why we are here, because we love movies, and we have a doozy of one today. Ravenous 1999. What? That was the year everybody said, hey, we're going to see The Matrix. We're going to see Star Wars. What the fuck is Ravenous? This movie was almost Is It Underrated episode that me and Alex were going to do. But it was this close. But we went to Rotten Tomatoes and we were surprised that the audience, that's right, all you badasses out there, I think it's around 78%. I'm very surprised and happy about that. I thought this was one of the hidden gems, one of the most obscure films. I think slowly but surely, you have that Shout Factory Blu-ray release that came out a while back. I think the love is growing for Ravenous now, which is good, because there's no other movie like this.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, and I remember, seeing the trailer, and I was like, well, this looks wild. And I was like, I got to go see it. So Samurai Guy actually saw this in the theater, really enjoyed it. I mean, there was like me and maybe 6 other people in there, but we did enjoy it in the theater. We all had fun. We were laughing at dark comedy moments. We were busting up, and we were enjoying the craziness. And man, what a performance from our lead antagonist. This movie was kind of made me, in a way, a Guy Pearce fan. It put me like, oh, Guy Pearce, who is this actor, right? This was kind of like my first introduction to him, so I kind of started to follow his career up and downs as much as I could, because I respect Guy Pearce as an actor. It's not his fault he was in Iron Man 3. It just, these actors have to eat. It's fine. Some of the greatest actors of all time make bad movies. It happens. And nothing wrong with it. But what?
You're throwing Iron Man 3 under the bus, but not Alien Covenant?
I don't even remember him being in Alien Covenant.
Fair enough.
I don't even remember him being in that. Anyway, but yeah, it was. I was like, oh, I gotta, keep my eye on the Guy Pearce and see what he does throughout his career. However, the lead antagonist in this is the Robert Carlyle show.
Yeah.
He steals every scene. He steals the entire movie, as every great villain should. How many movies have we seen, action or horror, out there, Alex, where the villains are so generic, bland, forgettable, you don't even remember what the fuck, who was the villain, what was the person's name, or nothing. We've seen a lot. Yeah. So, but yeah, let's go back in time a little bit. 1999. This film was directed by Antonia Bird, written by Ted Griffin. And we'll go down with the cast here a little bit. We also have David Arquette in this. Jeremy, he was licking me, Davies.
Iconic.
It's iconic, man. You're right. The great Jeffrey Jones, John Spencer, Neil. Can you say his last name?
I was hoping you would tell me.
God damn it.
This always happens.
It always happens with this actor.
McDonough?
McDonough? Let's say McDonough.
The spelling, it just throws you off.
Yeah, Neil. We're gonna say Neil McDonough. If we said it wrong, let us know in the comments, guys. But we're gonna call him M. Bison. All right, Irish M. Bison is also in this.
Or William
Uh,
Birkin.
yes, yes, but yeah, great cast we have in this. But you know, this movie's been out for a while. We will be talking spoilers. But here is a brief plot synopsis for those who are curious. Here we go. So, in a remote military outpost in the 19th century, Captain John Boyd and his regiment embark on a rescue mission which takes a dark turn when they are ambushed by a sadistic motherfucking cannibal. That's right. And it says motherfucking in IMDb. It says that. I'm just kidding.
According to my
Alex.
sources.
This is the samurai version. But yeah, saw it in the theater, really enjoyed it. So how did you come across Ravenous?
Well, I am younger, so when this
Oh,
movie came out,
thanks. Yeah, rub it in.
I'm trying to set the setting.
Just messing with you. Go ahead.
I was like 13 or something,
Okay.
and I saw the cover of the VHS. I had never seen the trailer,
Okay.
and a lot of movies I mean, that was kind of the beauty of back then. You would just look at the cover,
Yeah.
and maybe read the
Yeah.
back, look
Mhm.
at the pictures, and just rent on a whim. So yeah, this was kind of my really big horror phase. I was watching a bunch of movies I was probably too young for, just building my love for horror, and also at the same time discovering these gems in the 90s. Another one is Event Horizon, which I guess we'll talk about another time.
Yes.
But I put Ravenous up there, and it honestly, even when I didn't have the appreciation that I do now of films, I still knew what I was seeing was special. I
Yeah.
knew what I was seeing was unique, and it really stayed with me. I mean, first off, if you haven't seen Ravenous, stop watching. I don't mean to. I don't mean to tell your audience to stop watching videos. Just stop. Just pause. Hit pause.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go watch it.
Yes.
It is one of the best movies ever made. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
There's nothing like it.
Exactly.
There's similar, concept cannibal movies, but this is just such a unique film.
I don't even know where to begin. I mean, like if you don't believe that statement that this is one of the greatest films of all time, it's one of those movies that has everything, that
Right.
fires on all cylinders. We have gore, we've got action, we've got horror, we've
Comedy.
got dark comedy,
Yeah.
we've got great music,
Yeah.
music
Yeah,
that really stays with you. You've got great characters, great villain,
Mhm. Yeah.
you've got cannibalism, so you got flesh eating. So you got a bit of the zombie genre in there. Hell, you even got some of the vampire genre in there. If you look at kind of how
Yeah.
that whole thing works in the movie, it's layered with so many themes.
Yeah.
It's very smart, like the dialogue and just the set pieces and the way, and it's genuinely creepy at times. It's unpredictable. I found it moving even. I already said there's great characters, great character arcs, great. I don't know, like just going down the list.
Yeah.
It's
I think
unique.
you covered everything. Yeah. Very well
It's so
directed.
good. Yeah,
Cinematography is beautiful.
yeah, great to look at. It's a period piece.
Yeah.
You got shades of a war film in there.
Yeah.
It is just, yeah.
But I was already laughing right in the beginning, when the text came up. It was like right after that. And I was like, okay, we're in for it. All right, here we got the dark comedy moments. We're in for it here. But yeah, talk about the beginning, Alex.
So it has been a while since I've seen it, so I may not be entirely accurate with my recounts, but I've seen it a number of times, and I love this movie to death. I definitely remember that we start with a very important scene, which is our protagonist establishes I guess, the beginning of his arc being a sort of a coward. I say sort of because what's really striking about the scene, I mean, I guess we're in spoiler territory, so people should know what we're talking about. But basically, it's the middle of a great battle. I forget, it's 19th century, of course, and his comrades are dying, and just in the middle of the battlefield, he just drops and pretends to be dead.
Right.
He just cowers, really, essentially. But it allows him to get behind enemy lines because they think he's a dead body. So he actually, basically causes them to surrender. He gets them at gunpoint and he kind of wins that battle. So
he becomes a hero in a way, but we all know he was
Yeah.
really a coward. But what else was important during that though? Remember, he was buried underneath other dead bodies.
Oh yes, it's his first taste.
Yes, and one of the bodies, the blood was trickling down in his mouth, and he couldn't really move. And then all of a sudden, after that, he had a some energy.
Yeah.
He was
Gave him strength.
fresh, and that's our theme of the film. And he took out and fucked those dudes up. Kind of became a kind of a war hero in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like
yeah.
the rest of the film. He's like he gets sent out to a brand new post, and it's one of those when you meet all these interesting characters at this post, they're all fun and they're all interesting.
Yeah.
But of course, you know they're very leery of him coming in there, and he kind of keeps to himself. And you have some very colorful characters like Irish M. Bison. You know, he's kind of like the badass, right?
He looks like Ernie Reyes Jr. in this.
I said Ernie Reyes Jr. But yeah, he's the badass soldier guy. Like
Yeah.
everyone's has their own thing, right? He's the badass soldier guy. He's out there training and stuff, and he's like no one's really fucking with Irish M. Bison, you know. But then go ahead. I don't want to talk too much. What happens next in terms of the plot before they reach our antagonists?
Oh yes, who's actually not as crazy as Begbie from Trainspotting, but he's quite close.
Yeah.
I believe, kind of stepping back a moment, he gets sent to the outpost because one of his superiors knows about his cowardice, and it's a sort of punishment, right? He just, we're gonna send you to this place in the middle of nowhere, and just this is where you're gonna be. Honestly, I feel like I feel like a lot of people watching this probably would have done the same thing. You know, yes, it's cowardice. You're a soldier. You should be fighting. But I found it so human, and so I never looked at him as like a piece of shit or anything. It's just really unfortunate, and it's just ironic because of what he did. It won the battle for them.
Right.
But I remember, he gets introduced to the others, and it's not too. Again, my memory's foggy. It's not too long after where Robert Carlyle's character kind of stumbles into the scene.
Yeah, and he's posing as like a priest.
Yeah, that always confused me because I don't know how much of the story he tells is true or fake. Well, we definitely know some of it are lies because we confirmed that later. But because he starts off as what's his name is I forget what he presents himself as. But later he pretends to be Colonel Ives.
Right.
But at first,
which is a great scene. Which is such a good scene.
Yeah. Which I guess we'll get to once we get there. But he's pretending to be, I guess, one of the other members of his party.
Right.
Who got lost.
Mm-hmm.
And they went into a cave.
Yeah.
To take shelter because it's like brutal winter and there's no food, so they started eating their boots and belts at first, I believe.
Right.
But eventually,
Yeah. But dude, that whole dialogue scene from Robert is so fucking good, guys. Like him telling the story of what happened to everyone, and he went out to get help, and when he came back, they've already killed another one of their members, and they were already cooking him. Yeah. And he walked in, and he started bawling. He started crying. Yeah. Because he was just like, as horrific as what was happening in front of his eyes, the smell of meat got to him. Yeah. And he said he thanked the Lord.
Yeah. I think
thanked the Lord. It was so good. Oh my God.
I don't think he knew it was a person they were cooking first. I think when he came back and he could smell the meat first.
Right.
And then he did the whole I thanked the Lord.
Yeah.
And then he saw that it was their friend's legs.
Right. But he still ate it.
Oh yeah. He fucking ate everybody. That's the craziest part is
Yeah. But of course of course the people at the Post don't know that yet.
Yeah, there's no one else to corroborate his story because he fucking killed an agent. Yeah. It's a chilling scene. It's really up there with like in Jaws where oh my God, why is his name
Quint?
Yeah, when he tells his story.
Yeah.
It's very chilling. It's so good. It really sets the tone.
But so they're kind of like taking this guy in. They feel sorry for him, but they don't trust him, but they still feel sorry for him. And you have the unfortunate. He's so good at playing these kind of characters because he's such a good actor. But Jeremy Davies' character, Toffler, he's
It's like
just
a puppy.
yeah, he's like a little puppy, and he's trying to, he feels sorry for Robert Carlyle's character and stuff, and we'll just call him Colonel Ives.
Yeah.
And they want to help him, but they're still kind of leery, right? Especially the way Boyd is looking at him. He's like, something's just not right with this guy, But they had to go investigate the cave to kind of see if he was telling the truth. They don't know everyone's dead and he ate everybody, and this is all a trap. And when they go out there, man, what a fucking performance. Run. I mean, this guy, he's just so good. He's so good. He just starts fucking up everybody. And there's a chase. The music's fucking all over the place, which makes the scene even more kind of unsettling. It's just chaos. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god. The whole sequence of Boyd, Guy Pearce's character, and fucking M. Bison going into the cave.
Yeah.
Simultaneously intercut with everyone waiting outside, and Ives is kind of going crazy. And at first you're thinking like, oh, it's probably trauma from being near the cave, and you're just watching it unfold, and they're counting the bodies, and it's like he ate everybody, but it's too late, and he fucks everyone up in such a slick, brutal way. That whole sequence was so scary, so suspenseful, so fucking cool, and funny, and it really is such a well-crafted scene. It really is just a piece of why this movie is so masterfully done.
Yeah, because he's all breathing heavy, like you said. Like you think he's scared. He's got PTSD.
And he's digging.
Yeah, he starts digging. Like, what is he doing? He starts. and you got poor Davies looking at him like, what the fuck is going on? And then he was digging for that knife. And then again, chaos. And it was all a trap. I mean, this movie's bloody brilliant. But let's talk about this scene right here. Oh,
all right.
So good. So what happens next? After the chaos, I think at this point, because it's been a while since I've seen this movie too, they kind of chase him away because some of them survive. And then later, he comes back, Guy Pearce's superior. He's like, hey, we have a new officer here to take over. Let me introduce you to Colonel Ives. And oh man, I wish I could show you. But Guy Pearce's face, he turns and looks at Ives here. Boyd looks at Ives. And Guy Pearce's acting is fucking brilliant when he turns and sees Ives. He like collapses up against the wall and he starts hiding like he can't look at him. You guys have got to see this movie. You got to go see this movie, man. It's fucking nuts. Just what a performance from Guy Pearce. I was like, holy shit.
It really is a remarkable performance. There's so much going on like within him and throughout the it's like it's enough for him to carry what he's carrying from the beginning. But the real plot doesn't even start until later, and it's if I remember correctly, actually, I think his entire group is like, I think everyone is effectively killed, and the only survivors are the ones who didn't go on the
right, who're still at the post.
So which includes David Arquette's character and a few others. So I think what happens is fucking Ives kills everybody.
Right.
Boyd barely escapes. He like jumps off a cliff.
Right.
And like tumbles through some trees, and then of course Bison ends up there with him, and there's a whole segment where they're trapped in a hole. He's got like a fucking tree through his leg.
Yeah.
And it's like he can't climb out of the hole. His leg's messed up. He's he's weak, and the only way to survive is to eat his friend, so he can have the strength to climb out.
Right. That's right.
Journey back, and then once he gets there, it's like a nightmare. Ives is there.
Yeah. It literally becomes a different movie now. Because Boyd can't tell everyone what happened, no one's gonna believe him because he's
Yeah.
like the only one there. Like no, so
Yeah.
it's so throughout the rest of the movie, Ives is just fucking with Boyd, man. He's just fucking with him because he knows Boyd can't tell, he can't say what happened. So he's just completely just torturing him
Yeah.
mentally and just fucking. It's so good, and there's moments where Boyd's just like, okay, I can't deal with this anymore. And there's moments where he tries to go after and just take out Ives, but again, everybody else is on Ives' side. They're on his side. They don't know what's going on, and
Yeah.
it's just so good.
Yeah. There's a
But
great
yeah,
moment where because he
oh,
shoots.
here's the shot. Here's the shot,
Oh,
dude.
that's the moment. Yeah.
Ah! Look, this is the shot after he sees Ives. He just fucking freaks the fuck out. It's so good. Oh my god, dude. It's
Yeah.
so good.
The thing is, like, there's a great moment when Boyd tries to think of evidence to use for his case, and it's like, well,
Right.
I shot him in the shoulder. I think it was around the shoulder.
Right.
And so, like, well, if he got shot, there'd be a wound. And it's great because, like, Ives shows the shoulder, and they like show us the other shoulder, and like, okay, and he shows the other shoulder, and he's perfectly fine because the Wendigo curse.
That's right. The healing ability, man. Eat that human flesh. You get stronger,
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to you talking about, there's even that vampire element a little bit here because Ives is not only torturing and fucking with Boyd throughout this second half of the movie, but he's tempting him to come to the dark side of the Wendigo curse. There's a scene where he cuts his hand and he's like has the blood and has it in front of Boyd's face, and then Boyd's like doing that, but he still pushes him off. He's not going full ravenous yet. Just so good, man. Before we get to the finale, was there anything else we missed? There's a lot to talk about, but I actually don't want to say too much. I want you guys to watch this movie.
Well, for sure.
I want you guys to watch this movie. We don't talk about everything. I know we said we mentioned spoilers, but we'll leave some imagination for you guys so you can watch it. But I don't know if we're missing anything important before we get to the amazing finale.
I mean, there is Jeffrey Jones's character, who we thought was dead, comes back.
Yes.
Turns out he wounded him, but I think he fed him a little bit of human flesh so that he could survive.
Yeah.
I think that's another interesting thing is, like, Ives isn't just interested in eating people. He wants to build a sort of team, a sort of family.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
this is what we do. There's like a
Mhm.
brilliant moment where he's looking through the binoculars and he sees people coming, and he's like, breakfast, lunch, reinforcements. And it's that
Yeah.
vampire element of it, like, join
Yeah.
us,
Yeah. Join us.
yeah. Makes me
But
think
yeah.
of Lost Boys, actually.
I know a little bit, yeah. But at some point, we'll leave some things out so you guys can enjoy it. We won't spoil everything, but we have to at least spoil this. We have to talk about the finale here. And I'm in the theater like, dude, this is almost like a superhero battle. Like, this is like Highlander level. Like, this is crazy, man.
It's
Like,
really
if we ever got, I know we mentioned it briefly in the past that me and you will get together one day and we'll do like our top 10 favorite horror action fight scenes or something like that. We'll do like a list. I know we talked about that on our stream, but we never did actual like ranking or list or whatever, like our top 5 favorites. I would put Ravenous in our some of our favorites. Like if we did like a top 50 or whatever, I would put this because they literally, I mean, when it's the finale time, look at them. Look at this motherfucker. He's like, let's go, bitch. Let's go. No, you don't want to join me? No, fuck you. No, you go. You're lunch now. You're lunch. They literally beat the shit out of each other, and they keep going. That's what's so amazing about it, because they have healing abilities. At this point, Boyd's gone ravenous. He's eating now. So now he's got energy. He's charged up. So they keep repeatedly stabbing each other. And it's almost comedic in a way, but it's still brilliant and badass. That they they keep stabbing each other over and over and over again. And it's just so good to where it's just, look at this shit. Are you guys seeing this? This is fucking insane. Go out and watch this movie right now. Go buy the Blu-ray. It's $10.
Seriously, guys.
The Blu-ray's $10 right now. Go buy the Blu-ray. It's fucking chaos. It's so good. Maybe we should leave it at that. We won't say what happens after that. We'll leave some mystery. What do you think?
Yeah, part of the fun is really watching everything unfold because, again, it's a very layered film. You know, there's so many interesting things going on. You know, that even though like you kind of know physically what's happening,
Yeah.
it's just like, for example, Guy Pearce's acting. Like when he sees Ives, you have to watch it yourself and experience it.
Yeah.
And hear the music. The music, you know, not to keep repeating myself, is really phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's no different in the end fight. It's
Yeah.
the imagery and the brutality. I remember getting so hyped.
Dude.
That's when you know when you're watching a good movie.
Let's go.
You're invested in the characters. You're like, all right, this is what I've been waiting for. You know.
And what a showdown! I was not expecting.
It's great.
The fun, violent beatdown, man, and then music. The music was so good. You're right, especially with that end finale fight. The music, it's just such a fucking good movie. It's unique. There's nothing like it, you know. Since, you know, there's nothing like it now, before, or since. You know, it's just phenomenal. So we highly recommend you guys check out Ravenous. That's right. I want to watch it right now. Let's watch it right now after we're done. Let's go. Somebody out there, please release this in 4K. Please, 4K, please. It needs. I know it's got a Blu-ray release, which is cool, but let's show a little bit more love to Ravenous, so you guys will enjoy it. But yeah, before we wrap it up for today, short and sweet, Alex Chung, my brother from another mother, what do you got coming up, my friend?
I feel like it's been a while since we had a real update. I usually at the end of these, I say, well, working on stuff, but we actually have something coming up very soon. So I co-directed a short film, co-directed with my friend Julie, who's usually the DP of my films, and he DP'd this one as well. So it's very nice to look at, and it is going to be premiering November 24th at the Blood in the Snow Film Festival in Toronto. It's going to be part of a shorts program because this is a short film. I don't want to hype people the wrong way. It's not our next feature. We'll talk about that when we cross that bridge. But this film is called Inside, and that is the poster that actually the festival did, because we haven't made our official poster yet. So what you're seeing here is something they threw together, which I really dig because it actually does capture the tone of it.
Nice.
And the intrigue, hopefully.
Now this is this horror, thriller? What is this? What's the genre?
I would say thriller.
Thriller. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But you could find this horrific, depending on.
Interesting. Yeah, man. Interesting. I mean, your short films. Here's a little shot from the short. I've already enjoyed the short films that you've made already. You guys check them out on his YouTube channel. It's so good. I'll leave a link in the description box below so you guys can follow, support Alex Chung, man, because he's got awesome stuff coming. But yeah, man, this is cool. I can't wait to watch this, man. Let's go. Yes, and when is it coming out again?
November 24th, and it'll be screening, at Blood in the Snow, and then eventually, I mean, we'll see however many other festivals it makes its rounds in, but eventually it'll be online for all to see. It is a short film,
nice.
So there's no reason not to.
Yeah. Hey, we support the short films here on the channel as well as the big films. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. That's right. All right, guys, wrapping it up today. Thanks again for watching, hanging out. If you enjoy this brand new series, our favorite movies, let me know in the comments. That's right. And we take suggestions as well. Fuck it. Some of your favorite movies, I'm sure, are some of ours. And we'll do some future episodes for sure. That's right. Maybe some more. We'll bring back some Scrapping with Samurai episodes. There's some fight scenes me and Alex haven't yet did a reaction to and talked about yet. So that's in the future. But Alex is so super busy. So we'll get Alex when we can. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Join and become a channel member. Support the channel. And or you can support us over there on Patreon. Check out our merch store. All that good stuff. Hey, keep watching movies. Keep enjoying film. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, guys.
He was licking me. He was licking me.